What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the year. Only time will tell, but as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull my second ever Collector's Rare. Because as I just said, second ever. What was my first? None other than this. Beat Cop from the Underworld, freshly pulled out of my Genesis Impact box opening that I did several months back. Honestly, this thing looks absolutely beautiful. Centering is a bit off from top to bottom, but honestly, that doesn't matter. I am going to be getting this graded soon. Just don't know how soon, though. But excuse me. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which actually kind of ties with today's episode, with today's video, which is this. What archetype do you guys believe will work well with the new Yu-Gi-Oh support? Let me know down in the comments below. And because since we're on the topic of Phantom Nightmare, I'm going to be talking about 4 more new cards that will be released in the set, including a brand new fusion that basically resembles Jim Crocodile Cook from the Yu-Gi-Oh GX anime, as well as a few other cards that one of them might just work out with IP Masquerena. Is it possible? Absolutely, but let's not waste any time. Let's just get straight into it. If I can get everything set up here. Okay, there we go. Okay, finally. Okay, so finally got it all situated here. My laptop was just being a bit slow. Anyway, first up we have Fish Lamp, which is a 4-star Fire Fish Synchro tuner with 1200 attack, 400 defense, and requires a tuner and 1 or more non-tuners, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect says if this card is sent to the grave as synchro material, you can special summon 2 lamp tokens, which are 2-star Fire Fish with 0 attack and defense, and you cannot special summon monsters from the extract for the rest of the turn except for Fish. Okay, token spam. Not much else to say about that. It can help you go into your link 2 plays. You know, like your IP Masquerena, your SP, Little Knight as well. Excuse me. Which SP Little Knight can actually stop, is a really good card to stop IP, which is absolutely insane. It's a nasty card. And I have no doubt in my mind that SP Little Knight is going to destroy the meta, hands down. But you can even also use the tokens as synchro material to go into your level 6 plays. You know, whatever you may, whatever. Excuse me. Whatever your plays are, you can use these tokens to go into those plays, which is pretty cool. Second effect reads if you control a fish synchro, you can banish this card from your grave, target one card on the field, destroy it. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you get to pop a card on the board, which is not bad. So cards like Cypher Omega is definitely going to be one major card that's going to be implemented with a card like this. Because I think because a deck like Goaty can actually work well with this deck. Now, if Crystron Halka-Fibrax was still legal, then a card like this would literally be 10 times more powerful than it is now. That's just it right there. I will say this with the token summoning, you could theoretically activate Monster Reborn, resummon this card, and then go into a level 8 synchro. And by that, I mean go into your Cypher Lord Omega plays, your Stardust Dragon plays, whatever you may have, whatever 8s, whatever level 8s you may have at your disposal. Theoretically, you could go into them. The only thing is that with this is that the second effect, you literally need to run this card with Goaties for the most part. So it's an okay card. Could have been better, but it could have been better. Next up, we have the Passage of Stars and Frost, and the second effect is a once per turn, and the first effect reads: if a monster you controlled was destroyed by your spell effect or by an opponent's card effect and sent to the grave this turn, you can conduct your next battle phase twice. Dude. Excuse me. The second effect reads if a monster you control is returned to the deck or face down extra deck while this card is in your grave, you can add this card to your hand. Dude, this is probably by far one of the best spells that Konami has ever printed in quite some time, because this card is absolutely nasty. Not only can you Cyber Twin Dragon the battle phase, but you also get to add this card to your hand just by activating a Pot of Avarice, taking your monsters, putting them back into your deck or to your extra deck, and you get to add this card to your hand. So with Pot of Avarice, it doesn't become a Pot of Greed. It becomes a Moray of Greed on steroids. That's actually kind of a nasty play right there, I must admit. That's a pretty nasty play. Pretty crazy though, but that's insane. Next up, we have EMP Gremwode. I'm probably butchering that one. I'm trying to like spell. I'm like trying to spell out the name in my head, but it just comes out. It just comes out the exact same way. But but it's a 2-star Dark Cybers, with 800 attack, 0 defense. The first effect, actually both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, if there is a link monster on the field or in either grave, you can special summon this card from your hand. Second effect reads, if a link 2 monster you control is sent to the grave or banished face up except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your grave if it was there when the monster was sent or banished, or hand even if not. The target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. So this is basically a Cyber Dragon, a Cyber Dragon Compulse. That's basically all it is. It's a Cyber Dragon Compulse, and ironically enough, if you have excuse me. So ironically enough, if you were to have Link summoned IP Masquerena, then you get to Cyber Dragon this card from your hand. And if you were to use IP as its effect, and then go into like a card like let's say Decode Talker, because that IP is a Link 2, guess what? You get to banish this card from your graveyard, and then just compulse one of your opponent's cards back to their hand. This is actually a pretty good one. This is actually a pretty solid ass card. I have no doubt in my mind that this card is definitely going to be in so many different decks that can actually summon IP and then go into your other Link monsters, which could be Nightmare Unicorn, Access Code Talker, Unchained Abomination, which is still a pretty nasty card to this day. That card's gonna be nasty. Speaking of cards that are nasty, we have Master of Ham. Yeah, you heard me right. Master of Ham. 5-star Earth Beast Fusion, 2100 attack, 1850 defense. Requires 2 beast monsters, and both of its effects are once per turn. So first and foremost, you basically have yourself an instant fusion target. You literally have yourself an instant fusion target to go into more rank 5 plays. Enough said, people. Enough said. The first effect reads, if this card is fusion summon or flip face up, excuse me, you can special summon 1 flip monster from your hand or deck and face down defense. Second effect reads, if this card is in the grave, you can banish 2 flip monsters from your grave and or face up field. Special summon this card in face down defense, but banish it when it leaves the field. Again, using this monster as rank 5 material for an Xyz summon. Really not a whole lot to say about this card except... what the fuck? What the actual fuck? And looking at the card, it literally looks like Jim. It literally resembles Jim Crocodile Cook with the jacket, the scarf, and everything. It definitely resembles him. But with that being said, guys, honestly, honestly, out of all 4 of these cards, in my honest opinion, Passage of Stars and Frost and EMP are definitely definitely going to be 2 of the biggest hitters in this set, Phantom Nightmare, because I have no doubt in my mind that we're definitely going to be seeing those 2 cards in so many different decks, including decks like Sword Soul, decks like Tirlament, Kashtira, which even now those 2 decks are still playable. How, I don't know. Tirlament, let's be real, Tirlament, we all saw the match at YCS Indy that featured the legend himself, the legendary Jeff Leonard, as he was running Exodia FTK in 2023. Who the fuck does that? Who? I'll tell you, Jeff Leonard, that's who. He was playing against a Tirlament player, and Tirlament, the only chance he had of winning was in game 2. This match, that match, I saw it on YouTube. That match was, it was like literally watching a legend do his work at his finest. Jeff Leonard is no different. So again, I have no doubt in my mind that with these 2 cards, they might change. They might help switch up the meta a little bit, but only time will tell. But that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.